guys all don't mind, I'm gonna just sit right here, Mr. Chair. Anybody have any objection to that? Okay.
Oh, sure.
I'd like to call the Public Safety Committee meeting together. Is there any discussions for any of the members? Let's move on to, I'm gonna ask, Jeff's resolution was kind of simple, so can we take the resolution number 2 first, please? And Jeff, if you would like to explain it just briefly.
Certainly. First, I assume you were treated as a typo in the DWI line. It says 455, that's supposed to be 5,455. And after that, the purpose of this resolution is really very simple. It's just to take care of some men that work very hard for the county and some have never been compensated at all, and some are compensated a little bit. And because of my unique situation being the DWI coordinator, I have the ability to do this without affecting the general tax budget. So I made the proposal for discussion, and two of the gentlemen here tonight, two of the other ones had conflict, but Rick Sager, my deputy director, is my right-hand man, very knowledgeable, been here for years, trying to get him something that he deserves. He covers me when I'm not available. Tim Miller is our hazmat leader. He deals with the most dangerous things we have out there, and Jeff Kazar and Dale Furman are the other two that couldn't be here tonight, but all 4 of these gentlemen are very dedicated to the county, work very hard, and I think it's the right thing to do. And the clothing line, we have no traffic safety vests at all. And it is an OSHA requirement, and I think it's something that we need to correct immediately because we are in the highway during emergencies and incidents. And I want all of my staff to be visible and certainly safe and meet all the requirements that we're supposed to meet. And I open it up to
Any questions?
We need a sponsor.
All right, I will open for sponsor. You're going to sponsor? I will second this.
Okay.
And you have a question?
Of course, thank you. I just want to commend you for this. You've been exemplary with the county, and I know your devotion to it. So I thank you for creating this and your dedication to the job.
Well, thank you, and it's our goal as a team to
I know.
try to have this county be as prepared as possible, combined with the county executive. We want to, when there is an incident, and unfortunately we know there probably will be at some point, we want to be out there and do the best job that we can. So
I was able to go through the jail today, and there was, the best thing I saw was a huge board that said teamwork. So it exemplifies the sheriff's office. So thank you.
Legislator Cucci.
I had a quick question. These represent raises to their existing pay?
they do. The deputy director right now gets absolutely 0.
Okay.
The hazmat leader, the fire coordinator, and the chief deputy would each be getting $1,000 increase.
On top of,
On top
what
of-
does that represent percentage-wise? I guess I'm asking.
It's a 50%, actually it's 100% for the hazmat leader and the chief deputy, each get 1,000 right now.
So
They
you're
would
basically
bump it
getting
to-
a meager stipend if you're gonna call it.
Yes, if you divided it out through the year, what they do, yes.
Yeah. And the 5455, what does that represent percentage-wise?
That represents, that's equaling out, right now I make a total of $30,000 in the 2 positions that I hold. Because I'm retired from the sheriff's office, that's what I can make, and that happened to be the salaries that were there. So it's reducing my emergency management pay and increasing the DWI pay to stay constant with what I'm making right now, without affecting the taxpayers. That's really the concept behind the resolution.
Any other questions?
Just one comment.
Legislator Chesky.
I'm really appreciative of the backup information here. It makes it easy to support this. You did a nice job.
Thank you.
I had a little concern, and I spoke with Jeff about it and with the county executive, and they alleviated my concern, and that was that we were going to reduce the position of emergency management down to $15,000, and I was concerned that I didn't want to degrade that. I don't know if I'm using the right word, but I didn't want to degrade or the importance of that position. And we realize why we're doing it this year the way we are, because it's after the budget's produced. But the county executive alluded that he would flop the numbers back around the way that he felt necessary with the upcoming budget. Because if Jeff had left for whatever reason, it would now be a position at 15,000 that we know is a much more valuable position than that. So my concerns were answered, and I know a couple of the others had shared the same concern with me, but that's, so I support it 100%. It's great.
Thank you.
And I agree with Legislator Duchesse's backup was phenomenal. I mean, we could really see what you were doing with this.
Okay, Jeff, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Point, Roy, hold on, Jeff. Roy.
I just wondered, Jeff, could you introduce your folks?
Yes, this is Rex Sager, he's the deputy director. And Tim Miller, the hazmat team leader. And Dale Furman, the fire coordinator, and Jeff Kazar, the chief deputy, were the two that had conflicts this evening, but, otherwise they certainly would be here. And if we needed them right now, I'm sure they would break away from that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Do I have a sponsor to move to sponsor it? We don't need to do this, right? We're gonna move it forward.
Yep, absolutely.
Anybody in favor?
Everybody. Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, let's move on to resolution number 2. Actually, resolution number 1. All right, Sheriff, you want to come up and discuss this with everybody?
Good evening, everybody. I believe you should have a request for the resolution that I typed up explaining what they're planning on doing.
I was told you were going to provide numbers for it, I guess, afterwards.
Yes, I gave a number in my resolution, request for resolution, that was early on.
Okay.
And since then, we've fine-tuned the quotes, and I got a new number.
All right, Sheriff.
Mike, just so you know, Sean didn't want any numbers in it as I presented it to these guys because you were going to give us those.
Well, I'm talking about the request for the resolution, not the resolution itself. The paperwork I sent to you, the 9 points explaining what I want to do.
I don't think I gave that to these guys. Oh, I have it here, but I did not. I
Did you
passed
out?
it on to everybody.
You have that,
Here.
Sheriff?
What I did was, a long time ago, we used to use a 9-point request for resolution, explaining what you were doing, so I wouldn't have to stand here. So I did one of those, explaining what plan was, the goals, the objectives, where the money was coming from, the financial impact. I did that, and I thought maybe you all had that. But I guess I'll go through it from the beginning. What I was proposing, what I was planning on, is for the last, since 1992, we have been in contract with Frontier for a system called Centrex, which oversees our phone system throughout the whole sheriff's office and the 911 center. Last year, we had renew the contract, and that contract was for 5 years, for $50,000. So what I wanted to do was find a way to get out of that contract or adjust that contract to save the sheriff's office money, to enhance the systems that we have, and also to save some money in 911. So I got together with my data person, who's Justin Kramer, and brought him tonight in case there's any technical questions that he can answer for you. And Justin used to do phone systems a long time ago in another life. So when I spoke to him, he was more than elated to help develop this. And we were looking at a voice over IP phone system, computer-based. This means that we would break away from the supplier we have now, create our own phone system, and therefore we would service our own phone system, saving money. We also decided we wanted to have redundancy in the system, so in case there was a problem, we have a backup server and also battery and generator there, so we can go down. Shortly after the county exec was elected, he had made a statement that I had heard or read in the newspaper, whatever, that I guess the county phone system needs to be revamped. And I contacted him, and I told him that this is what I had planned on doing. And the system that I was looking at, I wanted to be able to expand it in case the county decided to build some buildings up at the sheriff's office. And So we had a meeting with the county exec, explained to him what we wanted to do. He was for it. Then we had another meeting, and this system will be able to handle the county as a whole. And we'll be running it at the sheriff's office out of the floodplain with backup. So, what I did with my tech person was we went out and got quotes. And we got quotes from 3 companies. One company we did not put in the paper. I gave you the updated numbers tonight. We did not put that company in there because that was originally just for a system for the sheriff's office. And that's not the way we want to go. We want to be able to expand. But we wanted to see where the cost factor would be for just an in-house system. The in-house system was close to $40,000. And that would only service the sheriff's office, nobody else. The numbers you have in front of you reflect the sheriff's office and the rest of the county offices. Below the numbers, you will see the advantages and disadvantages of each system. The top system is called the campus class system. That's an outside vendor. The next one down is a large business. That's a current phone company that we have. And this is the system that they recorded with my tower. As you can see, there's a lot more advantages to this campus class system that we're looking at. And that's the way we're swaying to go. Now, the funding for this, as you can see, is pretty expensive, the initial upfront cost. But after that, we do the maintenance on it. The funding for this program will come from the 911 reserve fund that we have. And this, as you can see, our initial cost is $60,000. We use the top line, $60,996.56. Then you have an added 911 system equipment to it. That $12,445.33 is equipment that we have to buy so this system connects to 911. We want to be able to record all our phone calls, all our radio transmissions, and it's just added equipment. That's where we come up with the total cost of the system at $73,441.89. And as you can also see, both systems are pretty close to cost factor. Not much really different. This equipment is on state contract. It's not, it's not just something we're buying. It's state contract price. What our hopes are is that the committee here will approve it tonight and move it to the board at the end of the month, the legislative body at the end of the month. And maybe in a couple of months, we'll be able to start working on installation of the system. The current contract we have with Frontier for Centrex systems will be changed. We're not going to end it totally. What we want to do is keep the Centrex in the 911 on the 911 phones. That's 24/7 by the phone company, and that's more important because if something goes up there, we want to make sure they take care of it right away, and they have somebody monitoring. And all the years that we've had the contract with the phone company on the Centrex system for the 911 lines, we've had good luck, no problems. So, and it's very important that we have that 24/7 maintenance on it. So with that, I'll open it up to see if you have any questions.
Okay. Seeing the prices, I can tell it's state contracts, that's wonderful. I would have had no doubt coming from you. So that's, and seeing one has a 5-year warranty, the other one's 3-year is also, you can see the differential between them. That being said, if we could just ask the county executive his input, because I think having the two kind of tied together with the county, it would be a benefit to have this, if it's something that the county executive is looking down the line to have this be beneficial to.
Yeah, as many of you are aware, one of my priorities is to modernize our county government. We still have analog phones that if you have too many people on the line, you could actually be dropped. And so I think it's a no-brainer that we need to modernize. This was something that came up. We happen to have a phone guy in our sheriff's department. And really what spoke to me is in the way I would like to have, the way I think and the way I would like the legislature to think, is if you could describe to us the return on the investment. and how this is gonna save us money in the long run. That was what stuck out to me. Not only are we, yes, we have to spend some money, but this is gonna pay off in the long run, and that's what's, so we're killing two birds with one stone here. So if you could speak to that, and we were sitting there in the meeting, I said, wow, I said, you got the return on investment in a little Excel chart down here. I said, I wish everybody did that for me. So that was nice.
You have that in your pick board.
Yeah. So if you could just speak to that, I think that's something the legislature would be good for them to hear.
Yeah, on the second page of the packet we received, the columns on the left are the current products we're currently paying for monthly from Frontier. And the column on the right is the new proposed, what our service contract will be changed to. The difference between is broken out in the chart below. Total discount for $1,770.85. Discount per year works out to be $9,250.20. That's over just not having, I believe it's 66 analog lines that we pay a monthly fee for. Narrowing that down to one digital line with multiple lines on it. And then, as you see in the chart I broke out, the cost of the three systems we looked at, of course you're only seeing two of them, and return on investment, ROI, return on investment in years. So 7.94 years it pays for itself. That's not taking into account the advantages of having the system, the upgrades you get from having the feature set of a VoIP system versus analog telephone lines.
Just the features are way beyond what we have now. Our computers, we become our phones. We can listen on our phone, on our computers. If we push to our phones, from our phones on our desk, it just opens up voicemail on every phone. It's unbelievable what we can have.
Sheriff, what's gonna happen to the phones that are there now and the lines? Are they staying there, or?
Well, I would prefer to just, I leave the lines to stay there. We put all the new computer towers in, the service, and switches whenever we have to do, and all the phones.
Did that answer your question? The nice thing about this system that I am have chosen is a lot of our lines are analog, and that's fine. Actually, it's beneficial to us that they are analog. Wall phones, desk phones, public access phones, phones in the prison that are probably a little used and abused. We don't want to put a $500 IP phone set, and actually they're $400, but we don't want to put an expensive IP phone set that are going to get broken and worn, and we want a $9 analog phone there. When you get into VoIP phone systems, that gets actually very expensive most of the time, so this one's very cost effective at that. So we can leave those handsets be and just in the closet make the switch over from Frontier to this new phone system.
I know that you said this is a state contract. Did you consider bidding?
No, we didn't.
Should we? I mean, I know it's a good deal, but it's a state contract, but it is.
I guess that's up to the legislature whether they want me to go out to
Can I just interject there? I think we have a 5-year contract, and I think Frontier is willing to negotiate, am I correct?
Yes.
So I think if we decide to put it out to bid, we're gonna be in violation of our existing contract. I'm sure they have clauses that require penalties being paid. Should we choose somebody other than them?
Well, it's not Frontier that we're looking at. We're looking at another company outside company.
Also, we would be going away from Frontier.
A percentage of it, yes, a good percentage of it would be going away from Frontier. We still have the contract that we have right now with Frontier, but for a lot less phones.
Are we violating any clauses of that contract by switching on it?
Justin, you want to go ahead?
No, switching from one product line to another doesn't violate our contract. We would sign a new 5-year contract for, instead of 66 Centrix lines, if you changed over to a digital line. Just like your cell phone, you can change your plan and your minutes, but your contract stays intact.
Sorry, Tom, you got any more questions?
Legislator, okay?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I see that in the future we have to hire more IT staff.
That's a high one.
More IT staff for maintenance.
You could read it that way. There's two servers. There's two servers and they're both Windows. So it adds 2 servers to your maintenance routine, which, in the grand scheme of things, isn't very much. But it's more than a cabinet on the wall with a traditional.
questions. Justin, probably first to you, the second page, children's savings. There's a line there that says internet service can be increased from 4 meg to 10 meg, $57 a month. Is that included in this?
It is not, I separated that out of here.
And is that per user?
No, no, that's our total per monthly cost increase the internet.
Is that a recommendation that,
It was, while we were looking into this, I asked him, hey, how much has the pricing come down? And he threw it in here, but I want to keep it separate so that our costing doesn't get affected by $50-something more.
Legislator, you're behind the, now I know why I said over.
Now you gotta know what you gotta say.
Now I know, you're absolutely right.
I did have a couple more
You still
questions.
don't.
Yeah. How does the system compare to like neighboring counties, what they have in place?
I don't know, I know Fulton County is looking for phone system, because we sat down with them actually very early beginning, to try to work with them on the system, but they didn't materialize. But I know they're looking at a system too, because there's a banquet.
Right.
I asked for referrals of neighboring municipalities of our size and wasn't able to get one. I do have the NEC system, the first system on the quote, Schenectady City Schools, which is 22 buildings, and I think it's over 10,000 handsets, is that system. And that's one I'm familiar with.
So it's fast.
So it's a good, oh yeah.
How much of your reserve, your budget reserve, are you using up here? The 73.
Currently, there's like 200, as of the end of last year, 275, I think.
Okay. And I guess my last question is for the committee. Are we filling in the amounts tonight, or?
We are, do we have the revised amounts? I'm not sure you said.
I have
you did
it. Well, I believe you have it.
Okay, now,
I don't have my guy.
Frank has it.
Legislator, you have a question yet?
Yeah.
I don't want to leave you out.
I wasn't finished either.
Sorry.
So in the future, if it is necessary for us to hire more IT people, will it be your personal IT that will be servicing these phones, or will it be?
I couldn't answer you on that right now. I would, if you want to give me more staff for IT heads, I couldn't answer you. I'm not going to try to lie to you.
And you guys will be working together on this? Collaboration.
Well, it would help too, because if we kept one server in our building and kept the other server down at the annex, which I really wouldn't want because of the floodplain,
Wouldn't it be in here, with the new server here?
it'd be here. I don't really like it down here, but for some reason it's in the floodplain. Other than that, it would be nice to have a data assistant. Yeah.
And one other thing we've been leaving out, I guess, is that if we went to the system for the entire, of all of our buildings, it'd all be 4-digit dial numbers. You could dial directly in-house and between extensions, between the buildings, and kind of makes better form of communication for everybody here than, dialing an outside number. So that would be it. Every department would be a 4-digit number at that point. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
Joe, we need a sponsor
We
in a
need
second.
a sponsor. Legislator, will you sponsor that?
Yes, I will.
I would second that. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Abstained?
Is that with the numbers that you provided?
We would have to have the numbers written in on the resolution.
For the night of the regular meeting.
Let's
If you
assume
don't
that-
have the numbers to fill in tonight, you'll have to.
She has the numbers.
She has the numbers,
Well, you can fill them in now or fill them in 2 weeks.
Can you read them off to us?
Well, I guess my question is, which one are you taking? Which one of these?
I'll give you the numbers right along. Okay. For your computer equipment, it's $41,810.22. Miscellaneous support services, which is the work that they would do, it's $11,524.99. And the computer software, which is basically licensing, is $20,106.68. It's licensing, comes we have to pay for that.
So you're going with the NEC, is that right?
I think
And so the appropriated reserve is,
275. Just a second.
it's not the amount you're appropriating.
It would be the
Oh, it'd be the
70,000.
70, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Total of the,
We'd be appropriating 73,441.89.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, if the sponsor and second are agreeable to those numbers, you can treat it as being sponsored as such.
Yes, we are. Is there any other discussions?
No.
So we need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.